now we will move on to the next speaker, and as I mentioned, the other SHAPE project. Aurora Hoel is a professor of media studies and visual culture at NTNU. She is one of the initiators of the Norwegian SHAPE initiative. Aurora has experience with interdisciplinary research, having been the principal investigator on a research project on brain imaging in collaboration with neuroscientists, and more recently, a Marie Sklodowska-Curie Action Fellow at the Humboldt University, conducting a project on the use of advanced imaging technologies in surgery, in collaboration with surgeons. So Aurora, thank you for joining us in this meeting.
Thank you, Eric, and also for the opportunity to be able to present the Norwegian SHAPE initiative.
Tell us a little bit about this. What is this new Norwegian SHAPE initiative?
Yeah, as you already mentioned, so the Norwegian initiative takes its inspiration from a British campaign that was launched last summer, where the London School of Economics, the Arts Council England, and the British Academy joined forces to rebrand and promote the humanities and social sciences under the heading of SHAPE. And they did this in an attempt to emulate the success of the educational term STEM, as we know from before, of course. And what we found particularly attractive about the SHAPE campaign was the bold and confident way it puts the SHAPE disciplines forward, and also the broad alliance of disciplines involved, including law and economy and art and the arts. And the Norwegian SHAPE campaign, so who are we? It's headed by Ina Blom at the University of Oslo, Asbjørn Grønstad at the University of Bergen, and me at NTNU. And so far, what we have done is to gather support from colleagues, and also we have had some initial meetings with the leaderships of our respective universities. And so far, and we have done that to gain institutional backing for the campaign. And just now, we are also in the process of approaching colleagues at the Arctic University of Norway. So as soon as we have secured an institutional platform for this SHAPE initiative, we hope to broaden our network even further by including more educational and research institutions, as well as museums and policy institutions.
So what would you say are your main objectives for this initiative?
The main aim is to promote and to secure visibility for what we call the SHAPE disciplines in society. And we think that the term SHAPE can be useful in this respect, since it's easy to remember, easy to pronounce, and also, most importantly, says something, gives a hint about what our disciplines are about. And this promotion work also includes a reappraisal of the importance and relevance of SHAPE disciplines. So what we want to do is to help articulate what these disciplines contribute to society, and call attention to the special skills and special values they are developing, which we think or are convinced are key to healthy democracies. And in this way, we also seek to raise the standing of SHAPE disciplines among politicians and in society more generally. And we want to do this by facilitating public debates about urgent topics and policy questions, sort of discussing them at the meta level publicly, pertaining to our disciplines, so policy questions of relevance for our disciplines. And also we hope to facilitate arenas for dialogues between SHAPE and STEM. And to this end, we are planning a series of public events and debates and workshops. SHAPE saloons and SHAPE symposia, which are going to go on.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. So you touched upon it already, but I would like to ask you now that according to the SHAPE name, you're working to promote, say, SSH and the arts for people and the economy. I guess referring to the major societal challenges. So what role do you see for these disciplines in addressing the main societal challenges that we face?
Yeah, so of course, when it comes to these major challenges, we are convinced that the SHAPE disciplines will have to play a vital role. And of course, now this seems to be realized more broadly as well, hopefully. And And we also hope that our initiative can contribute to this in at least 3 ways. First, as we know and already touched upon, I guess, today, so the major challenges are often defined in policy documents and funding schemes, and the way they are defined are often framed in STEM terms and thus formulated in ways foreign to the vocabularies of the shape discipline, not the least humanities and the arts. And I think this is part of the reason why some shape researchers are sometimes reluctant to get involved in interdisciplinary missions. So we hope that SHAPE can help facilitate this kind of work by articulating our skills and values and things like that, and also by playing a role as a translator. So that's one way. A second way will be, we think also that new challenges have to be identified that are framed in SHAPE terms from begin with, and that emerge from our home turf, so to speak, of the SHAPE disciplines. I think there are more challenges and the common list, which is of course super important challenges, but I think there are more important challenges. So that's a second point. And last but not least, we also hope that SHAPE can contribute to question the strong emphasis on challenges and missions, calling attention to what is lost when the dominant funding schemes are all geared towards solution, or not all, but many of them, most of them. This strong push toward solution-based and outcome-oriented research approaches. So that's, yeah, a third thing we hope to contribute.
Yeah. So I know that the Norwegian SHAPE initiative is not like NORSH, made to sort of promote the SSH in Horizon Europe. So that's not your main purpose. But still, I would like to ask you a really tricky question now. How can an initiative like NORSH, like SHAPE, help strengthen the role of our disciplines in Horizon Europe?
That's a great question, of course, and I guess this kind of questions is what we're going to work on. So this will be just my very premature take on it. But perhaps we can do that by articulating the special skills and values, as I already mentioned, developed by our SHAPE discipline. I think there's really some work to be done here to put the words to these skills. And also the special contribution that our disciplines, which of course are very different, but still to have that broader spectrum of contribution, to put words on those, which in turn may help frame the major challenges in more accessible ways. So that was one thing. And at the same time, also questioning the strong focus on mission-driven research, and by reminding decision makers that there are different ways of being relevant for society. So I think also that our purpose could also be to help shed light of different ways of doing this, and that some of these ways require long-term investments in basic research. So maybe a stronger, that the societal relevance of basic research, basically.
I think those are great points. And we might get back to that type of discussion also now in the later part of the program, because I think that's very, very relevant. Just now, briefly in the end, so many in our audience, maybe they would like to promote SHAPE at their own institution or join your effort in another way. Is there any way to get involved now, or do you have future plans to extend your platform?
We certainly have plans to expand. We're just now trying to get the backing, institutional backing first, and then as soon as the platform is in place, we will start expand. And if anyone is interested, please get in touch. We are very interested in expanding our network. So yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for presenting the SHAPE initiative and taking part in the program, and you will also join us now for the later part of the program. Thank you, Aurora.